Much love, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I was actually gonna do Miss Americana, but honestly, I didn't even realize how long Miss Americana was because I didn't realize it was like a very very long documentary. I think it's like 2 hours what I seen or something like that. So, tis the season where it's very very busy and kind of hard to breathe. So I'm going to have to try to get that in another time. I'm going to do my best to try to fit that in. But I want to give a shout out to Willow.1989 for the, all the recommendations. Like, I know you also told me to check out the Grammy Museum in 2015, like a piano version of my last reaction. And, yeah, it's been a lot of people that's been giving a lot of reactions. So, safe to say we have a lot of Taylor Swift to get through. We're going to get through it all. So, I'm here for the journey. So, I'm not even in a rush, to be honest, guys. I'm here for the journey. I'm here to really dive deep into all her music so that I can really have that full understanding. And we're going to go into 2024 with this. But with that being said, was smoking all my dragons. Divine Righteous Almighty Greats Overachieving Never Slacking. We got Taylor Swift Now That We Don't Talk. Taylor's version, right? So this is from the vault. This is a lyric video. So original link will be in the description. And we're going to hop right into it. Here we go.
To a party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't even get me started. Did you get anxious though, on the way home? I guess I'll never ever know, now that we don't talk. You grew your hair long, you got new icons. And from the outside it looks like you're trying lives on. I miss the old ways, you didn't have to change. But I guess I don't have a say. Now that we don't talk, I called my mom, she said that it was for the best. Remind myself the more I gave you'd want me less. I cannot be your friend, so I pay the price of what I lost. And what it cost, now that what do you tell your friends with? Share dinners, long weekends with. Truth is I can't pretend it's platonic, it's just ended. So I called my mom, she said to get it off my chest. Remind myself the way you faded till I left. I cannot be your friend, so I pay the price of what I rock, or that I'd like to be on a mega yacht with important men who think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off now that we don't talk. And the only way back to my dignity was to turn into a shrouded mystery, just like I had been when you were chasing me. Guess this is how it has to be. Now that we don't talk.
Oh, please keep going. Please keep going, Taylor. Oh. Okay, so I'm laughing because remember a few videos back, maybe like 2 videos back, I was going to start telling a story. But I said I just had to find the right song. This is the right song. This is the right song. We're gonna go through the lyrics and I'll tell you exactly how this relates to me and just a piece of my life that I grew from. Taylor's music just, it's like if you see me walking down the street, right? We live in a world where it's very judgmental world, right? People put people in a box. You see me walking down the street, more than likely you're probably not gonna think that I would listen to Taylor Swift, right? But surprisingly, I have found that the more I listen to her, the more I connect to her music. I could put on, let's say, Lil Durk or just somebody in the industry, and I'm not gonna connect with the music. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not really, anybody could kind of like turn up to, the 808s to the turn up songs, but I'm not actually gonna connect to the lyrics that much. But when I listen to Taylor Swift, it's like I've been through everything she talks about. And I'm gonna break that down here. As far as this song, Now That We Don't Talk, it is put together, like all her songs are put together very well. Her team, producer, engineer, co-writers, she got the dream team. She got the dream team. They're doing it right.
You went to a party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't
This
get me started.
Okay, so as soon as I heard that beginning, you went to a party. Man, as soon as I heard that, I already knew I was gonna tell this story where I connect with this.
Part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't need party. I heard from everybody.
You went to a party, I heard from everybody. Listen, okay, so I'm gonna just jump to it. I'm trying to I guess I'm kind of procrastinating to get to what I want to say. Okay, so when I was about 17, I was in a relationship from about 15 to about 14 to, I want to say, 16 years old. Then when I was 17, I moved to the city, right? But it was like we were still friends, me and this girl. So while I was in New York City, right, one of my boys who I knew he had liked my ex at the time because just certain things he would say, so I just knew, right? And one time I seen him like talking to her over social media, and pretty much he was like to me, listen, no, I would never do that. That's not my style. Like, I'm not disloyal like that. To make a long story short, while I'm in the city, I get a call from one of my other closest friends. My ex had cheated. I can't say cheated, right? But at a party in the bathroom with that same friend of mine, right? And now y'all see why I was procrastinating to tell that story, because it ripped me to shreds. It did, it did. Especially, I was in this new big city, experiencing new things, and I still really did care about that person. So to get that call, it was humiliating. I mean, in the bathroom of a party, which is crazy that's why as soon as Taylor Swift said what she said, you went to a party, I'm like, all right, time for that story, right? So that was the last time I talked to her. I seen her another time, like at the mall, and she was just like, with her friend, like, oh, kind of like, oh, let's go the other way, like, just avoiding. But it's all good. I don't wish no harm. But that now y'all see why when I listen to Taylor Swift, I just relate on different levels because I've been through it. When you're alone, 17 years old, and the person that you thought you were going to be with or whatever, and your friend, someone who you're hanging out with every day at their house, every day, waits till you move, and then you hear something like that from your other buddy. We all hung out, all tight group. You hear something like that, you get a call. Devastating. And I did call my mother. That's another thing I heard Taylor Swift say in this. Here we go.
Party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't even get me started. Did you get anxious though? On the way home, I guess I'll never ever know. Now that
See how I relate to this? Did you get anxious though? On the way home, I guess I'll never ever know. Now that we don't talk. That's a smash right there.
we don't talk.
Kind of reminds me of Avril Lavigne. Why you gotta go and make things so complicated? Just as far as the concept of like you grew your hair long, like just you switching up, you know, like you're switching up. You just this different person now, you know, like it kind of I can see that going hand in hand a little bit when you look at the lyrics. You got new icons, you know, like.
And from the outside, it looks like you're trying lives on. I miss the old.
From the outside, it looks like you're trying lives on. Oh my, oh my. That even as far as just friends, take away the romance, take away like just friends, man. Like all those fake friends out there that just kind of be lost. And you have those friends where it's like they might talk about somebody, and you're like, all right, you're listening to them. And the next thing you know, you'll see on Facebook or something that they don't went to a party or they went somewhere and they're in photos with this person or around this person smiling. Like, and then they just kind of, like, people just switch up. So it's like, that line right there goes a long way for me from what I've witnessed with human beings. Wow. You know, it's like you're trying lives on. It's like people are just, who are you? You know, people are just like every day. Don't get me wrong, I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. But for some people, it's like every moment they're trying on a mask. Every moment, it's like, who are you? Like the honest truth is, if you really want to be happy, right, you need to connect with that essence that you had as a child. And a lot of people are detached from that. Hence why they're trying to look for approval. You know, may go start a new job. All of a sudden, they're just like switching up. You find some friends at your job now. Now that's all that it's about is those friends. You get what I'm saying? Like now you just switch up on people. Like you just start talking like them and. Come on, so you know it's like fine. Like people that inner child, right? And you gotta search in your heart. You gotta search within for that. You're not gonna find that externally, right? Like me, I'm the type of person I'm happy alone a lot because I know how to make myself happy. Like I write books, I watch kids movies. Like I still love things I loved as a kid. Like if you guys ever heard of Arthur, like I still love Arthur. Like every day when you're walking down the street, like come on. But Taylor Swift, she hitting. That's what I'm saying. She be hitting.
Looks like you're trying lives on. I miss the old ways. You didn't have to change, but I guess I don't have a say. Now that we don't talk, I called my mom. She said that it was for the best.
When I told y'all that story that I went through, I called my mother. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so angry that I had got, you know, pretty much just disrespected like that you know the violent you know all I could think was violence, and I really had to and my mom, I really had to call her, and she told me like at the time, if you react, it's gonna look like you know like you still want her. It's gonna look a certain way, and she just basically told me it wasn't worth it. And everything does happen for a reason. Luckily I was in a new place. And I know not everybody has that opportunity. You know, some people, they get dogged out like that and they can't just get up and go, or they aren't just in a new town to be able to distract themselves. So they have to kind of sit there and deal with it. And my heart goes out to people like that. But when Taylor Swift said, she called her mom, I feel that too. Like as a man, I have no shame in saying that. You know, my mom has been there for me through a lot, like more than a lot. So I'm very grateful for that. I relate to this whole song. Remind myself the more I gave, you want me less. And then moving on, fast forward, my ex-girlfriend, Penn State University, she was doing, you know, everything in her power, in a sense, to make our relationship work. But I was still so mentally just not there from what happened, that I just couldn't be that, you know, that loving person that she knew I was inside, and that ended up ending. So because I was just push her away pretty much, you know. But she definitely, like, she was Italian, and I remember even like her parents, you know, obviously, you know, sometimes things can get racial. Some people don't want people with certain people, you know, and she was standing against that. I remember one time I walked one night, you know, out the dorms, and she literally came following me, like not like just literally came looking, searching for me. I'm like, wow, you really came out here at this time at night just to make sure I was good. So I definitely appreciated that. And one thing about me is, and that I learned from all this, from Taylor Swift, is to not have a heavy heart. You know, I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't, as far as anyone that I was with, because at the end of the day, it was all a learning lesson for me to grow. And I wasn't always the best. I wasn't always the victim, right? Like I'm explaining, like I couldn't be that person that she wanted because of the past. So Taylor, you know, it's Taylor has a song for every story. That's why, like, I hold back so much, because I know, like, I know that I'm gonna hear another Taylor Swift song where I'm like, ooh, I connect to this with here. So I try not to say too much, but it's like, man, Taylor, like, she, yeah.
So I pay the price of what I lost and what it cost. Now that we don't talk, what do you tell your friends we shared dinners, long weekends with? Truth is, I can't pretend it.
What do you tell your friends? Like, she know. That's what I'm like. She know how to vent. She know how to vent on the track. Like,
Platonic, it's just ended. So I called my mom, she said to get it off my chest.
shout out to all those great parents out there, moms and fathers out there that, really are the support system, and make it comfortable for your children, no matter how old they are. I don't care if you're in your 40s, you know, 50s, and your parents still around. Hey, be grateful for that. You know, shout out to those parents out there, because that helps. That helps. It really does. And from what I hear, Taylor Swift's mom would drive her around, like Tennessee, like moved her to Tennessee. They moved to Tennessee, and she would like drive her to different like record companies or something like that. Somebody was saying this in the comments, and Taylor would, like, I think, drop off her music and promote herself. So it sounds like her mom was seriously a super mom and really believed in her daughter a lot.
Myself the way you faded till I lost. I cannot be your friend, so I pay the price of what I lost and what it cost. Now that we don't talk,
I think what sucks so much too about all this, you know, the storyline is when she says, I cannot be your friend. You know, so it's like, and that goes back to the ex I was just talking about from, you know, Pennsylvania State University. It's like, it's even if you try to hit, you know, like, you can't be friends. Like, I think that's the worst thing about when, like, romantic relationships go bad, is people, for what I see, for the most part, I have seen a lot of situations where people are still cool, but for the most part, people really don't be friends. They don't. But Taylor, when she was with what's that guy's name? Joe, that famous guy, Joe something, and he got with the girl from Game of Thrones. She's still friends with him, I'm pretty sure, right? From what I seen when I did my research. So that's one example of, you know, it just depends, you know, but for the most part, people really end up hating each other. And I do think, take it from me, from the story that I just told you guys, I do think it is important to let go of certain things. I know Taylor has a song called Karma. You know, energy does come back to people. This is what we have to understand, that, you know, people's energy, the frequency they on, it's always gonna come back. You know, it's always gonna come back. It's just gonna circle right around. So but you don't want to have a heavy heart because then it just ruins things in your life,
Don't have to pretend I like acid rock, or that I'd like to be on a mega yacht.
Yeah.
Important men who think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off now that we don't talk. And the only way back to my dignity.
She always gives us a glimpse of her life. If you got I feel like she paints this picture that it's like you could just see it. That's what she's real good at doing, that painting that picture.
Think important thoughts. Guess maybe I am better off now that we don't talk. And the only way back to my dignity was to turn into a shrouded mystery, just like I had been when you were chasing me. Guess this is how it has to be.
So, pretty much, she was a mystery. She was closing off her heart when he was chasing her, and she feels like in order to just keep her dignity, she has to be that way. She has to stay that way, which just makes it harder for the next guy, right? Man, what a life we live. What a life we live, because now that's the next man's. It becomes the next man's puzzle after that. Jeez. This was a good song. Every song that I've reacted to has been a great song. Like, I kid you not. I don't regret it at all, taking this time out to really listen to her music as much as I have been lately, because it's all been great music. It makes sense. I could connect with it. I know millions and millions of other people could connect with it and know where I'm coming from. And, I know I might make it sound simple, when I say, don't have a heavy heart. Things do take time to get over, make no mistakes about it. But just make sure you do what you got to do in your life and you focus on your purpose, because like I've heard someone say, life isn't about what you go through, it's about what you overcome. So with that being said, Taylor Swift, thank you. Don't talk. And the way it ended made you I didn't know if she was going to come back in, with how it ended with the echo, sound like it definitely had reverb on it, which gave it more of that sound like you're in a hallway. And I thought she was going to come back in. I thought it was going to come back in with something else. But it ended. I think they meant to do that. They might have meant to do it to make you just wonder, okay, is she going to say more? Or, I think it was meant to be kind of like that, like a little mystery, a little mystery there. Just listen to the way it ends real quick.
This is how it has to be. Now that we don't talk.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna come back in for sure, especially with all that space in between the ending. I definitely thought she was gonna come back in with just a last something. But I like how she ended that, and I like when artists, do things that just leave a surprise. Once again, I got to give credit to the engineer, the engineer, her producer, everybody, the team. It's teamwork for sure. Got to give credit to the team, because there's a lot of times where you can go into a studio and you may have a vision, you may think you may have a vision and think how you want it to sound, but the engineer could do something completely different. Sometimes that works out, but there's sometimes where it really doesn't work out and you're like, what is this? So she's with a team where she knows, you could tell they listen to her. There's certain engineers out there where you may go and you may want to record a song and they're used to using certain presets. And just because they may not even want to waste, or they feel like they don't want to waste their time, they just want to make it quicker, they may use certain presets that they use on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it may not even go that good with your voice. Just get that money and kind of, nah. So she's got with a team that they know, okay, this is Taylor Swift. We know her. We know, okay, they probably sit down and really listen to her. Listen to what her vision is. And she sits there and they work with her through it. You can hear it through the music, right? But, with that being said, that was Taylor Swift. Now that we don't talk, there was a lot to be said there. my last message. Then I'm gonna go babysit this dog. But my last message is I'm just keep following your purpose, and at the end of the day, things that don't work out do work out. You know, what people, places, and things. Sometimes you may think things are just tumbling down, but sometimes you're getting broken down to get built back up stronger. You know, like this life is a test, and we're constantly being tested. So just make sure you're in control of your emotions, and you'll get through. You'll get through. You know, you will get through. But with that being said, much love. Everybody enjoy your day. I'm done rambling here, and I will see you on the next video. Much love.